What is up, everybody? Back in our video. Finally, we're making another win video. The Timberwolves get back in the win column, 5-14 now in the year. We pulled off a great win, in my opinion, today without Towns, without Culver, and without a few more key players to our rotation. I'm so happy with the performance today, and let's break into this video. The game wasn't looking too great in the first half as the Cavs were just destroying us in the paint. They had so many points just coming from there. I think in the first half, they only shot one three-pointer, which is absurdly low. I think that was their lowest shooting three-pointers in the first half in about 5 years, which is just insane. We just kept letting them. It's not like they couldn't hit their threes. They could easily work in the paint against us, and I give massive props to guys like Ryan Saunders and our coaching staff. They did a phenomenal job throughout the halftime to get these guys playing better in the paint, because after that, we just absolutely were handling Andre Drummond amazingly, and I think that was just the reason why we won this game. We ended up winning by 5 after being down by a lot, and I'm just extremely happy with the way this team played. For the Cavs, yeah, they got a lot of points in the paint tonight. Larry Nance Jr. finished with 16 boards. That's not even the most boards on this team. Surprisingly, Andre Drummond got 22. We just couldn't buy a board tonight without Towns. Our best big man tonight, best center big man at least, was Ed Davis. He had to start and play a lot. He ended up fouling out with 6 fouls. He just could not handle Drummond whatsoever in the paint. It was absolutely terrible to see. He's just not big enough to be guarding those guys. It's just another reason why Cat is so vital to this team. Shooting, we didn't have the best start, especially D'Lo. The rest of the team actually was nice shooting, but D'Lo just couldn't get it going until the end of the game. You'll see it coming up later here in the fourth quarter. He had 2 clutch shots to finish it off, but he just didn't have it going for a long time. I was surprised to see Jared Allen only play 15 minutes tonight. I really felt like he should have been in the game more. In 15 minutes, he put up 10 points and 5 boards. That was pretty good for him. Colin Sexton did not have the best night. 16, 2 and 2 for him. Isaac Okoro had a nice night, 13, 2 and 4. Larry Nance Jr. surprisingly only scored 2 points with 16 boards and 4 assists. That's a really weird stat line to look at. But let's dive into some Timberwolves stats here. First, I want to say this was definitely the best game of so far Anthony Edwards' career. He played 30 minutes, which is a little higher than normal for him. I think he's putting up like 26 minutes a game this year. But tonight he had 23 points, 5 boards, and 4 assists. That's definitely the game of his career so far. He's looked so comfortable driving the lane. He put up a nice shot against Drummond late in the fourth quarter that helped us seal the game. Right there, you just saw on the screen, Layman with the great dunk over Allen. But I was extremely happy to see the rookie's performance tonight, and I'm excited to see what he does next game. I really liked Ricky Rubio's performance mostly throughout the game tonight. He got back in that assist column. He didn't play too many minutes, 20 minutes only for him. He put up 8 points and 8 assists. That is great to see. Also, another really great stat line I want to show, Jalen Noel, our second-year player who barely got any minutes last year, and was a G League star but just couldn't translate to an NBA court scoring-wise. He put up 19 minutes. In those 19 minutes, he put up 13 points and an assist. He was scoring on all 3 levels really well tonight. I was so happy to see what he was doing. I really hope he can continue that. D'Angelo Russell, on the other hand, 31 minutes. That's a little lower than what I'd want. I'd probably want 34 for him, but hey, Cat's not healthy, so he's not as effective in my opinion. I really do think D'Lo needs Cat, but he had 19, 1 and 5 in 31 minutes, so decent game for him. I was not too happy with his first 3 quarters, but he really kicked it in the fourth. Another massive part for this team's success tonight was Malik Beasley. He's fighting for most valuable player. Not most valuable player, but most improved player this season. It's basically between him, Jeremiah Grant, and some others. He's making a strong case, averaging over 20 points a game this year. His numbers have extremely improved. A lot of people like to take whoever they think is the best player for most improved player, but it's really award based off how much players improved through their last season, which is basically by its name. A lot of people got to go by that more. A lot of people just take who they think is the better player, which just isn't the best way to look at it. But he's put up a very valid case this year, and I think he's only going to get better throughout the season. But I was just extremely happy with his game tonight. Also, quick side note during this video, if you guys have not voted for All-Stars this year, make sure you do that. I've been voting every single day. It's actually a fun thing to do. You get to have some sort of impact in the voting and like who makes the game. Of course, what you choose won't be the final decision by any means, but hey, it's really nice to support your favorite players, so go out and do that. I want to go back to coaching now for this part of the video. I'm just extremely impressed with the coaching staff tonight. I got to give them absolute massive props for tonight's game. They've been getting a lot of heat this year with a lot of people thinking that they've been a negative impact in most games, which I agree with. Saunders has been putting out really bad rotations the whole year and just hasn't done a great job coaching. He's done a really bad job stopping scoring runs, but tonight that was not the case. The Timberwolves actually didn't have many scoring runs against them. They had one bad one in like the first quarter. It was like a 13-4 scoring run against us. But other than that, we were keeping the game like really even. And also during halftime, they really shut down that paint scoring. It was awesome to see. We had like 8 defensive stops in a row without a basket in the fourth quarter, I believe it was. That really was massive for tonight's game. If we didn't make those stops, we probably would have lost by a decent amount because we could not score. So it was really good that we were getting those stops. A big thing I am just absolutely disliking on the Timberwolves organization, though, is that they don't put out information often, really at all, about players' status updates. Like they say the day before if they're going to be playing or not. But they don't say anything about Karl-Anthony Towns like, oh, he's probably going to be back in so-and-so time, or a timeline for Culver either. They just don't put out timelines. I wish they would, because then we could know a timeline when Cat's going to return, and that's just massive to us. We need him back so badly. He elevates everyone, every single person on the floor when he plays. Last year, with how bad our roster was, when he was on the floor, we were the second best offense in the league, which is crazy to think about. In offense efficiency, but he's just a must for this team. It's going to be so nice to get him back and hopefully have a fully healthy rotation for a while. It's actually weird seeing him out for these injuries because throughout his career, he's been an extremely durable player except for these last 2 seasons because he had 3 years in a row where he played 82 full games, which is awesome. And then it finally ended with a car crash that he got into, I think it was like 2 or 3 years back. That's what ended his streak. But hey, 82 games for 3 straight seasons is pretty dang impressive. One of the things I was just so happy to see tonight was that we weren't turning the ball over really at all in the fourth quarter. We had amazing possessions where we worked the offense and found the open guy and made plays. Like right here, D'Lo with a nice shot. We just got to keep doing that. In the games that we blow leads in, we try too hard and we're just way too selfish. Then that's where coaching comes in too. Saunders got to get on these dudes about being selfish. That's one of the biggest things this year in our losses. The players are way too selfish. And right there, D'Lo almost ices up the game with 2 threes to put us up by 11. That was amazing. Well, that's for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate everyone who viewed the video and stuck by for a little bit. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.